Everything's way more fun when you make it harder on yourself. In case you didn't know, the best thing you can do when you have too many projects going is to start another. So here we have an N15 CS, and yeah, we're going to pull this engine and transmission out, fully rebuild it, put a bunch of new stuff in it, whatever it needs really, throw it back in this and run it. I got this bike for a trade from a buddy for some work I did. So normally I would never have a complete motorcycle down here just for an engine rebuild. And of course I have two perfectly good lifts at home, but instead we're going to do it on the ground here. You know, because that's the best way to do things. I love Nortons, you guys know that. I've said it before. Hybrids are very fun. This is a matchless frame with a Norton power plant in it. There's somebody who probably can tell the history of it way better than I can, but essentially Norton didn't have a good off-road frame. The featherbed frame was amazing. Everybody loved the Atlas and the way it rode, but the featherbeds were not strong enough for off-road use, and so they got this matchless frame, stuffed the engine in it, the Norton engine in it, and boom, you had a very capable off-road bike. There's a couple different variations of this, and then later on that became the P11, which was the you know, kind of pinnacle in my opinion of this version of the hybrid. P11s are my favorite. They're the cooler ones. This is like kind of the poor man's P11, I guess, in a way. I will make it as cool as it needs to be, but at the end of the day, this bike is going to be for sale, so I want to have a super cherry engine and just make it like a one-kick bike. Runs great, somebody can put a ton of miles on it, and then, you know, I'll have my fun with it. Like I said, I love Nortons, and this is kind of just a fun little something different. But we're going to get this engine out, and that'll probably be all we get done in this video, but I may play around with aesthetics of a few things here and there too, just because why not? I can't leave it alone. I did not get a tank or a seat with this. I've got quite a few friends that I could get those from, and so I will probably mock something up. I may go next door and get a tank from Baxter's, just to set on there and look at so we can drool at it. Get your Norton wrench out, and we're going to take these exhaust spigots out. This one was kind of already loose, so it really shouldn't fight me too bad. The pipe's like loose in the head, but I'm really happy that these threads are good, because I can replace these, but it is a hell of a job, so the fact that these are in good shape make me happy. I have like a decent amount of Norton parts, nothing like really crazy for go fast stuff, which I mean definitely isn't necessary for this bike. I need, as much as I'd love to have fun and do something a little radical with it, I need it to be appealing to a lot of people, so that means I don't get to have too much fun with it, but I'm definitely going to put the biggest trials tires I can fit under it, just because I think it looks a lot better when the fenders are full. But otherwise, I might do a slim tank, or I'm sorry, a slim seat, and then one of the smaller, because since this is the CS, I can put one of those like flat bottom tanks on it. But we'll get as far as we can. I really want to get this out by the end of today, because this will be my last chance to get a video put together. So it'd be really cool to be able to upload this first step, but we'll drag it out not too long, but I'll probably show me doing all the major stuff, and then we'll get it back in the frame, and we'll do an actual complete like rebuild to riding kind of video. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'll take this top stay off, and I'll probably just take some other miscellaneous stuff off, and then we'll jump back in as soon as I do some of those. Hey, that's kind of fun. Obviously not the right color, doesn't have a badge or anything, but just a crusty white. Actually, it looks better on the camera than in real life. It's got some nice age to it. Kind of works. The toolbox here has some, you know, patina to it. The frame does. It's a pretty original bike from what I can tell, which will be good because that means I don't have to do a crazy resto. It can kind of just be a patina build. This is just a built well seat. I just threw it on there. Obviously, it does not fit well, but it would be cool. These are tall bikes, and I am very short, so it'd be kind of fun in the meantime before I do get a real seat. There was a Bates seat that looks really good on this. A lot of guys would put them on the desert sleds. And so if I can find something similar to that, I'll do it. But for right now, I was just kind of sitting on that. Kind of helps with the look of the bike as far as balancing it all out. Just because those factory seats are huge. Okay, we've had our fun looking at it. I did use some Blue Job, this stuff. I used some of that on that front fender. It's pretty pitted. If you get close to it, you can see. But from a distance and in the sun, it would look nice. So I'm just going to Blue Job all the chrome. We'll rebuild the fork legs. I may put Atlas stanchions, which are like a couple inches shorter, I think. And then I've got some MGO, like Repop rear shocks that are, I think, like 1.5 inches shorter in the rear. So again, I'm not trying to do like a resto, maybe like call it a resto mod, I guess, just change a few little things, but this is never going to get off-roaded, and if somebody decided they wanted, they can change all those things. I'm going to build it to my best ability in a neutral design that, you know, would be appealing to a large group, but still something I actually enjoy. But big, huge, fat Shinkos would look so much better. That fender gap is huge. Gross. Alright, I gotta answer this. So a couple things. While I was sitting here taking this cover off, I noticed how white the head was, and then the carbs are kind of hazy, which, I mean, obviously I was looking at everything before, but it just made me realize somebody definitely did the old degrease and acid spray to clean this up, because it's just very surface level clean. If you really look, there's like the heavier, stickier buildup stuff, and then all of a sudden it just gets beautifully clean, and it's like, oh yeah, duh, somebody just power washed this thing. So it probably got one of those just quick fluffs at some point. This was empty. I tried draining it into that pan, and it ended up actually being already drained. There's obviously like evidence that there was oil in it, but it's not like all gross and burnt. And so, I don't know, it didn't have a gasket on it, and there's like residue from like sealant that was on it at some point. So it's hard to say right now as to when the last time it ran, or when the last time somebody was messing with it. The foot peg didn't have the nut on it. The bolt was coming through. It's that long through bolt, but there was no nut on it. So this was kind of already loose. On these, you push that bolt through, and then this like kind of falls. If I can get it back in there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so what you do is you slide this forward, and then it drops down, and then that allows you to get it out. And then you just want to be careful, because these primary covers can be, it's a two-handed job, but these primary covers are on the fragile side, so you can hear how it's just kind of floating. I'm gonna get these plates out. God, look how clean it all is. But I'm going to get these plates out, and then we can hold that while we get this loose, and then we can pull all the primary parts apart. Whatever. Normally, I like to use the chain wheel to like hold with that special tool on like a Triumph or whatever. That way it locks the crank, so you can pull off like this nut and do the center nut there. The way these work, full disclosure, I don't have a lot of experience, especially with this like AMC style primary. I didn't feel comfortable putting that stress on this clutch chain wheel, and so because of that, I'm going to try my impact first. I don't normally like using this, but if I can just kind of shock this quickly and zip it off without having to like do anything funny. If I have to, I'll hold on to that sprocket, but we're gonna try and do it just with this Big Daddy here. Oh yeah, that didn't even act like it wanted to fight. What was it? Oh, the clutch adjuster in that outer pressure plate was really loose. And then, I don't know, all these look kind of fresh. They look like they've seen some moisture, but overall, it's weird. I don't know. I still can't tell when somebody's been in last. Jesus, I did not expect that. The biggest thing I was shocked by is usually these rotors have been destroyed by that stator in the outer cover. That's not really the best design. I'm not a fan of that. But I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I'm having fun. Like I said, this is my first full disassembly on this style of primary. Normally I just get the engines, as you guys probably know. But I'm going to get the right socket and zip that off. It's been in water. I'll zip that off, and I probably have the puller for that. I've got a bunch I've never used, so I bet that's one of them. This inner hub doesn't look bad. It's got some, you know, chatter on it, but really not horrible. But yeah, I'm gonna zing that bad boy. I'll pull that and then continue on. Okay, so the rest of it came apart pretty easily. Unfortunately, I did find my least favorite evidence of work, which is red silicone. But again, nothing's really chewed up. Doesn't look like any vice grips have been on anything. All is well so far. Now that this is off, I'll probably try and pop off this sprocket. Just, well, if there's there is master link. Maybe I'll just do the master link and I can do the sprocket later. But at this point, I think I can start. I'll have to get the oil lines unplumbed, deplumbed, reversed, whatever. I got to get those off. I'll probably do that too, and then we can get all these out. Yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with the condition of everything, but it's gonna be cool. The hardware all looks to be in really good shape, which means I will reuse it. Okay, so this is the part where I should probably get into a manual. To be honest, I don't know if there's a very good hybrid manual. I should look. Normally I just use like Atlas stuff when I do, because obviously this all doesn't matter. It's the same as all the other Norton engines, but as far as getting it in and out of this frame, I'm trying to look to see what's going to make the most sense. This is where the engine plates and the frame meet here, here, and here. So I don't know if I want to swing that all out as one unit. Once those are all out, I bet it comes out fairly easily. I say that. You guys are about to watch me wrestle it. I do not want to pull the head off. Honestly, I wonder if you can't. You'd almost have to, right? So for those of you that don't know, on Norton cylinders, on the cylinders there's 2 studs that come up, and then on the heads there's 3 studs that go down. And the height of those, I don't know if you can go up off of them or not. And then the push rods, that is dude, push rods, trying to do a head, oh my god, that sucks. Yeah, let's see if I can. I'm gonna do those bolts and see what happens, and when I go to pull it out, I'll put the camera and you guys can laugh at me and watch me battle with it. But I got the oil lines disconnected over there from the tank. I'll pull that master link really quick wherever it went and get that chain out of the way, and we'll see what happens. I don't think I talked about this, but I rearranged all my stuff. The benches used to go the other way, frame table is over there. It was not good. I hated it. I was like just, you know, getting super fed up with it. But I moved that steel bench that was over there to here, push the lathe down a little bit. Presses in the corner now. Toolbox is easier to get to. There's a bigger gap between this. This is like where I'll do all my filming, I think, is this bench. Lighting's better. I can create a more cohesive background. I moved those filing cabinets over there, put the bookshelf up above, and then this is like kind of the darker side. The lighting is different. I hate that, but whatever. But yeah, I think I like this much more. I still have a lot of junk to put away. It's kind of one of those things. You move it, and anyway, I just thought I needed to point that out because I hadn't yet. But the engine is now dangling. Turns out some of you more astute observers probably noticed right away that a lot of this hardware was not right. I didn't catch on until I started taking it out. Most of it was grade 8 stuff. It was not even... why did I take that out? That's a transmission one. I don't know if any of these were right. They all kind of just seem like random. This bottom one might have been an original. I'd have to look, but the upper ones were grade 8 bolts, and it's just a joke. This one was like 9/16, so I think it's just some random bin bolt, but I'll get the proper hardware when I put it back in. This one is in there really tight. The other ones came out, so I think it's just kind of sitting there on this and then this stud that needs to be pushed out too. So I don't know. I don't know if this will come forward or drop. Well, it's going to have to drop down and forward, I guess. And then I've got to get around this lug and then maybe swing it out. I don't know. We'll see. I'm either going to fight it or we're going to be taking more parts of, or more plates off. This, where the plate goes on here down below, that can't come out, and neither can that one. So I know the plates don't come off. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird combination just because obviously matchless frame, Norton engine and transmission, but well, technically matchless use these two, but I'm gonna quit talking. Let's try and get this out. You know, the only thing, the P11 subframe comes to a point, and then the oil tank and the toolbox or air cleaner, whatever, that's just a toolbox, I think. It looks so much cooler. And then the N15 G15, the frame has this like soft rounded hoop back here. You can't even see what I'm pointing at. Anyway, yeah, don't like it. Man. Ow! I hate when that happens. I don't expect that this thing's just gonna fall once this comes out. I think it's just sticky in there. Okay, we're gonna need some pry bars, I think. Hopefully I can just maneuver it all around and it'll want to just come out. Okay. We're disconnected everywhere else, right? Yeah. If I can get the plates away from, they're really tight over their bosses, and if I can get them away from that, I think it'll be kind of easy to swing it around. Oh. Maybe I should have gone up that front. She's tight. I want to go up with the rear and down with the front, I think. Kind of like that, but can I go... What am I touching on? It looks like I could come back quite a bit. It looks like the transmission and the swinger I'm going to touch first here. I wonder, I might try loosening this so this isn't so tight. Everything's way more fun when you make it harder on yourself. Like I said, I've got to lift it home. I very well could have done it there, but what's the fun in that? The Royal Enfield Interceptor's on one lift, and then my brother's bike is still on the other lift, which we'll be doing that at some point on the channel too, so. Oh, man. I wonder if I should pull that transmission out. The first time you do something, you should do it on camera so everyone can see. Ugh. Come on. Okay, so I think what I'm going to try and do is if I have enough... Oh! Can I pull that? As soon as I said that, I realized this shift lever is going to be in the way, but I wonder if I pull that out, get that off. I may try and just maybe leave the transmission behind. Would that work? If we tilt this... Oh yeah, here we go. Now we're talking. Okay. If I lift up on the engine and get it into the space above it, you can't see it, but right above the engine there's a big gap. If I get it up above there... Okay, maybe I'll move you guys again. Hold on. Let's see if that's a good angle. Why is it so tight over that rear section? Oh man, that's what I get for doing it on the ground. If I pull up, it feels like something's stopping me. I don't know what. It might just be this front engine plate here, maybe. But now I've got the transmission all pinned in there, which isn't exactly helping. Can I get it out? See, like on a Commando, there's way more room back behind the transmission. You got more room because of the isoelastic mounts and stuff. Because I know that you can like piece the plates and everything back together in the frame. There's nothing to hold on to. What's up? Yeah. No, come help me. I'm struggling. See if you can get the transmission out on this side, like we talked about. I don't think you can. Oh, there you go. Oh, you don't want your voice on it? Is that in the way? Do I need to take that out?
I don't think that's in the way.
I don't think there's enough room to rotate it forward.
Yeah, you're hitting the pipes now.
Now I'm hitting these?
Yep.
Okay. Well, what if...
I just gotta go a little bit more to... That doesn't work.
I'm like... Something's stopping me from being able to come all the way up. What is that? Is there like...
Keep doing that. You're hitting the pipes pretty hard.
What do you mean? No, it feels like something like... It feels like the frame is like hooked. Oh, am I hitting up here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you're hitting on that side.
What if... I don't think I can wedge between them again. It's like they're so tight.
All you're looking at is my back, my head.
Oh yeah, you are blocking it pretty good here. You know, though, I'm about to lean over and block it with my version. But...
How'd you want to get it out?
Well, I was hoping I could just pull it, like, swing it, can't we? Or no?
I think this is in the way.
The transmission?
Yeah.
But how do we get back to that? To getting that out? Like,
how do I get these
this...
pipes out of the way? Because that's what's...
You pull those off?
That's what's stopping me from rotating.
Bro, I don't know if I can get to that. Let me get a wrench. Is that big enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's stripped. Oh my god. Is it spinning?
It's loose.
Okay. Oh yeah. I did all the work. Are those supposed to have those big ferrules on the end like that?
Yeah.
You did.
Awful weight, yeah.
I don't think there's enough room for you.
I don't think these
What
come
if-
out like the commandos do.
I don't think they do either.
Okay.
What if I get... Oh, wait. I'm twisting those rear. I wonder... Why can't I rotate forward more? Oh, there. Now can you get out? Or did I make it? Oh, god damn! That was hard as shit, dude. I think I heard your brain rattle around a little.
No, it's hitting this back.
Okay, let me... I think I can do more with this now, though.
I'm just trying to keep this loose for you.
Yeah. Hold on. Put pressure on it this way.
Got it.
I'm gonna go around. Don't do it again!
It feels like I'm wet.
It's just hot. There's no blood. We'll send the video to your insurance company. Claim disability because you hit your head too hard. Now it's a goddamn toolbox. Ah! This is exactly how you do it. Just keep getting further and further away. Can't wait to edit this. Alright, let's try.
Oh, God.
I got you. Get out of here. Don't want to scratch the chrome. Victory.
That would have been cool if it was on.
Oh, no. No, then everybody would be like, you're going to hurt your back. That sucked. My back hurts. She's out. Well, shit. Also, more proof that it got power washed is this grimy duct tape over the tack drive. So I definitely think it got the old fluff and buff. Very cool. All right, well, thanks to Justin, we finally got it out without getting a hernia. I just threw the primary back on just to look at it, and obviously some cool guy velocity stacks. But I talked to Dan today about if he'd order Norton stuff for me, because there's some things I want to use in this that I'd rather just order through him. So it's going to get steel H-beam rods. That's what the P11 I got, and I think that's what made such a big difference with the balance. But we'll do like grind and balance on the crank. We'll do the H-beam from Hepalite. We'll do Hepalite pistons and Kibblewhite valve train. I don't know. Normally I tell people to buy new carbs, but we're actually going to try and make these work. I don't know how worn out they are. The slides don't look god-awful, but we'll see. And then typical, just rebuild on the transmission. Nothing special, but new bearings, new seals, new bushings. Hopefully the gears and everything are in good shape. I do have a couple sets of stuff laying around. I actually don't know if it changed throughout the different years. I think the stuff I have is Commando. And then whatever the primary needs will do. We noticed that, here, This has a bit of a wobble to it, so I don't know if you can see it in the video, but just little stuff, typical stuff, not a big deal, but it'll look cool when it's done, and hopefully it runs as good as it looks.